Today we're going to be doing I'm going to show you how I create the phone stand, the image for the phone stand, doing the Cash App signs. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is open up a new canvas. So file, open, I'm sorry, file and new. And then for the width, we're going to do that at 3.35, and the height is going to be 6.95. And I am actually going to do just a white background. So that's our base. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this layer or create a layer from the background either way and call it background 2. And I do have the customer's logo, and I've already removed the background because of the way that they sent it to me, so I had to remove the background. So I'm going to click open and place that in. I did that completely wrong. Let's X out of that. We're going to do place. File place, and then place that in. And I'm going to shrink it down to size. We don't need it that big. Of course, you want some space down here. Always leave about 2 inches. And if you need to set a mark, you can do it this way by clicking up here in this ruler at the top. And you can just click anywhere in the top portion and drag it down. And that gives us about an inch from the bottom there. And that basically is like a line just so that you know not to put anything below that line. Gonna go ahead and mark that. And then how I do my Cash app QR code, she screenshotted it to me, so we'll have to pull that up, which I have it down here. And then this is just the photos on my computer. I'm going to edit it and take out, she just sent a screenshot of it, so I'm going to take out all of this background. Just like this. I'm just sizing it down so that none of that is in the photo. And then save it. Okay, so file, place, and I'm going to add that in. I'm going to also size this down. I like to do the QR code just a tad bit bigger than the actual logo. So I'm going to size the logo down a little bit more. Change the name of that to logo so I can find it easier. Nope. Make sure that you hold down your shift key when resizing so that you can keep the proportions. There we go. And then let's do that there. Click on the QR code. And we're going to put it like right here. Hit the shift. And we'll leave that there. One thing I like to change is this green Cash App sign. I don't like the Cash App sign being green. Another thing is if we change the background, say for instance, if we give it some color, do a color overlay. This QR code still has this white box around it. Show you how to remove the white box if you're doing a colored background. For me, I'm going to do I'm not sure of what color background I'm going to do, but to remove this from here, I'm just going to click OK. So we have a red background. And then we're going to click this eraser button. magic eraser tool. And then we're just going to click on, I did the wrong one. If anytime you mess up, you can click Control Alt Z to go back. And then we're going to make sure that we're clicked on the QR code. Let's name that QR. So I know. So now we're back on the eraser. So we're going to click on that. Give us some type of error message. Click it again. And then click the outside of the box. So now we have that cleared. Hold on for just a second, because sometimes I also like to take out this white background. I'm going to show you how to do that as well. Okay, I'm back. So, first of all, I want to take this and grab this eraser tool and take out this extra white pieces right up in the corners. And then we're going to go back to our magic eraser at the bottom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up really, really big. Hit my shift key so it stays in proportion. And I'm going to bring this over. I'm going to apply the transform. And then we're just going to click inside of this white box. There we go. So I had to make it really, really big because with it being really small, I'm not able to click in the right section. So we'll click this and bring this portion up here and do that to all three. There we go. And then I'm going to make it small again. Make sure you're holding down the shift key. Okay, so there we have it. Make it a tad bit smaller. I didn't get that the way I wanted. My shift key released before I needed it to, so I had to redo it. Okay. I'm going to take this background off. Well, undo the color effects because I'm not sure what color I'm going to make it. The next thing I'll do is erase this piece here. And to do that, I am going to click the background eraser tool, I believe. Nope, it's the top one. The regular eraser tool. I'm going to make it a little bit wider. Just a tad bit more. And I'm just making it wider so there's less time. I don't have to spend so much time erasing. So I think that's about good. And I just go through and I erase the green portion of the QR code. And I have this saved already. So what I'm going to do is replace it with what I have saved. File, place, Cash App sign. There we have it. And let me leave it big for just a moment and get the eraser tool and erase the background from it as well. So it's a space there and then the inside of here, which doesn't work too well. Oh, it looked like that did pretty good. Only way to try it and see is to put the effects back on the background since we have a white background. See, that didn't take on there. There we go. Nope, that ain't work. Okay, some more down here at the bottom. So we'll just erase that as well. And let's check out over here. Get that done. And up here. There we go. We bring that back. Go back to our regular tool. Size this down. And move it over. And so I'm just going to place this right back in the center of here. And the reason why I did that is so that I can change the color of it. So now it does not have to stay green. I think I want to size it just a tad bit more. There we go. And then center it in the middle. I'll double tap this here to change the to bring up the blending options. I'll click color overlay, tap on the color, and I'm going to tap this little pink up here, and that way it turns the color of that. Click OK, OK, and it looks like we still have just a tad bit of something down here. So I'm going to click my eraser tool once again. Control Alt and Z to backspace. I didn't want to erase that whole thing, just this small portion down here. Oh, that was too much. Let's make this smaller. Okay, now that'll work. The next thing you want to do is add scan to pay, which is what I add up here, and then I add their business name down here at the bottom. So I'm steady clicking on the wrong things. There we go. So her business name is $Mona Rook. So that's what I'm going to add at the bottom. So I'm going to click our text tool and not sure how this font is going to look, but I'm going to go ahead and use it and then we'll see. Let's make this smaller font. And it was $Mona Rook. If you're not liking the font that you already have selected, what you can do is just go up and change it. Pick the font that you like and change it there. I'm going to leave it just like this with this one. I'm okay with it. If she would like to change it after I send the mock-up, then I'll change it then again. So I'm going to open this up. Place that there. Create another text. Scan to pay. For the top. I'm going to take this Cash App sign and the QR code and group those layers. That way they move as one. And then I'm going to highlight everything. So just click the shift button, go all the way to the bottom, highlight everything, and then I'm going to center it so that everything is centered. For the scan to pay, I'm going to change the color of that as well. And I'm just doing this basic, so I think I'm going to just add the colors she had from her logo, which there is a red strawberry there, but I think I'm going to go with what's down here. So I'm going to change that, do a color overlay, and change that to this color pink as well. And then add a stroke of this color blue. Maybe widen it a little bit so that it can be seen. And then for the Mona Rook, I am going to actually change the color of that as well. I'm going to make it white. I'm going to see what I can do with changing it to white. So color overlay, change it white, and then I'm going to add a stroke to it and make that stroke this color pink. Or we could actually do like a pink and a blue. Let's widen it a little bit and see. keep the stroke added. For the fill type, we're going to do a gradient. I'm going to change this one to blue. And this one to the color pink. And I'm going to keep that like that. She has a little bit of purple in her, so maybe let's see if we can try the background. And I'm just giving you all options of things that you can do to kind of spice up the stand. So if I change the color of the stand and make it that purplish color or something close to it, strictly color overlay. That way it's some color added in and not just a white stand. I am on the right thing. I like that, but I think it's a little too dark still. There we go. And with me changing that, I don't think I like this anymore. So what I'm going to do is change the effects on it a little bit. And maybe I'm going to keep the stroke. But I'm going to bring it down some. Maybe to 7. And I'm going to change it back black. And I think I'll do a gradient overlay inside. And use the same colors as this logo. Something like that. And that is the completed phone stand. I'm going to go ahead and show you how I do the bottom piece. And I'm just basically going to make it this color purple. So I'll show you how I do that in just a second. Give me one moment. All right. So what we're going to do is just do a file, new. And for the base part of the stand, I do 3.3 by 3.4. And we can make that back white as well. I'm going to do this here. And we can also do this one here. Not in the same one. Okay, there we go. I'm going to create a layer from the background. And I'm going to bring up the blending options, do a color overlay, change that color, and grab this purple out of there. And that way they're the exact same color. That is all. We are back and we're getting ready to press the phone stand that we did the live design on. So this is the phone stand here. It's the back part. And then the base. So I have the base already taped down to the portion that I showed you how to create the base. 3.3 by 3.4 is the sizing for that. And then let me go ahead and tape down the top portion. Of course, you want to make sure that it's all centered. You can see a little bit of edge on all 4 sides. This was pressed at or cut sized at 3.35 by 6.95. Go ahead and lay that down. I'm going to cover it. I'm pressing it at 392 by 45. You can do it at 400, 385. I've done it at a few different temps. It all turns out the same, in my opinion. As long as it's a higher temp over 385, you should be okay. 45 seconds is the amount of time that I give it to press. Okay, so we got about 10 seconds left on there. And we're going to take this away, and I'm going to show you all how it looks. And I'm just going to stay right here at this heat press while I do so. So there's the actual phone stand portion. Okay, and then here's the base. Let me grab my little raggedy phone. Just in case you didn't know how these work, they're pretty simple. So you stick that in, and it's that like that. Your phone would sit on it, so it's an actual phone stand. But to scan the actual code, if someone is actually going to pay you, they would just pull up, well, they can just pull up their camera. So we'll go here, and let's make sure it works. There we go. It pulled right up. Click that, and it goes right to that person's Cash App. And you can send them, or they can send you whatever amount of money they need to. So it works perfectly. I'll take a more detailed picture to show you all how that looks, and I'll post it in a group.